Well, the fact I'm in my garage and I'm loading up my green boxes, well, that can only mean one thing. But what I need to do now is to sort out all the new bits that I'm going to be taking with me today. Well, I suppose I'd best sort this out first. So the big question has to be, am I going to overcome my stage 3 phobia today? Stage 3 complete! Well, we're back on the M25 and once again I am rather happy we're going this way and not that way. So where we're heading to today is a village called Westerham. It's over towards Sevenoaks way. So this is somewhere that I've been looking at going for quite a long time now. There is a car park in the village. It is a paid car park. It's only £4 a day, but it looks like it could be quite a nice little park up and quite a nice little village to explore. Westerham's in a really nice part of Sevenoaks where actually there's loads of National Trust places that you can visit. You've got Ide Hill, Toys Hill, you've got Winston Churchill's home down here as well. And that's why I chose Westerham basically, because I've driven through it quite a few times, but I've never actually been there. So it should be very pleasant indeed. Well, SatNav may have taken us to the exact postcode, which was actually wrong, but it has made amends and now it has taken us to the right part of the postcode and we are settled in the car park. It was exceptionally busy, but we have fortunately managed to get a space and importantly, it is flat. We are going to wait half an hour because if I wait half an hour and fart around in the car, then it will only cost me £2 to park in here for the rest of the day rather than £4. So yeah, I think we're going to jump in the back, maybe chill out, get the fan on, have a little rest and then pay for the car park and go for a wander. Well, I tell you what, this is an absolutely magnificent spot. We've got a fantastic cold breeze coming through. This car park is actually on Park for Night as well. Well, I'm not sure if it's this one or the overflow over there, but we'll take a look at that in a minute. And importantly, the car park is exactly as I hoped it would be. Google Maps and Street View did not let me down. Well, you can see why this is the car park that's on Park for Night. This is the overflow, and as you can see, it is very secluded, very flat actually. It's very nice, but to be honest, I think I'm going to stay where I am. I prefer the main car park rather than coming down to this little offshoot car park, but good to know. Now, if you're wondering why I've changed my top, well, I might have noticed a bit of dirt on it. Well, I'm hoping this is leading to something that I was hoping that I would find on this walk, and that was the access to the rather awesome countryside. And I think we are definitely on the proverbial right path. Well, the village was, as you saw and as I expected, a proper quaint British village with some proper old houses and some proper old cottages. It was lovely to walk through. And just like that, we're in the countryside. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Matt, if ever there was a good time to put the drone up, it would be now. You could get all the landscapes, see for miles around, see the village. Well, I do have it with me, it's just in the car. So you just have to imagine how fantastic these views are, because they are lovely. And the only thing ruining this rather lovely perfect moment is the fact I've just realised I've put my foot into a big pile of stinging nettles. Whether it's walking or running, just getting in the countryside, that's the important bit. I think what I've sussed out today, the secret for me at the minute to get to stage 4 in the getting out and going car camping is the fact that I actually need to take a proper half day's leave, because even when I take a couple of hours at the end of the day now, it's not enough. I need to finish at lunchtime and then I can make it out. The problem with this walk is undoubtedly the fact that there are just too many nice places to stop. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere, there's no one around, no houses, a couple of walkers that way, But otherwise, it's just me. As nice as this is, and although I was going to be all deep and meaningful, I do seem to be getting covered in flies, and I don't want to get eaten alive. Then I'll be rather itchy scratchy. So I think what we're going to do, I saw an entrance to the woods over there. So this is definitely the part of Kent that I want to start exploring more. I've done a couple down here. I've done one down in Edenbridge probably about a year ago. That was really nice. But there's loads of places around here, and villages and lovely walks and countryside, and for me it's perfect because it's not too far down the road. There is just so many places here to do, and I'm looking forward to getting back to nature and enjoying the green. Well, I can see a super strange building in front of me at the top of the woods. Let's see what it is. What could it be? It'll be super fun coming here at night time. Proper Blair Witch little moment, isn't it? Well, that was a lovely walk around the countryside. It was a good 10k walk in the end. But although we're back to the car, I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. Basically, because I managed to miss lunch, I'm going to have a pot noodle now and a cup of coffee, and then we're going to scoot back out again and explore a little bit more, because we've still got a few hours until it gets dark, so we might as well make the most of it. Okay, slight change of plan. I think I probably could do with a little nana nap before I head back out again. Well, that was a much needed rest, and I think now what we'll do is go for a little walk over the park over that way. I'm certainly pleased to see there's still a few cars here. What I didn't want to be was the only car here overnight. And just to give you a little update with what's going on with my health, well, I've got another MRI scan coming at the end of this month. That's to see if they can see what's caused the empty cellar. And then in addition to that, I'm now going to be having an ultrasound on my neck because that's a little bit swollen and a little bit lumpy. Sadly at the moment though, we are none the wiser of what is actually causing my woes, but hopefully that and that might well give me something. But in the meantime, we carry on doing what we can. Well, we've had a lovely little walk around the fields this evening, but I suppose we best get back to the car because it's 8 o'clock and I really need to eat because otherwise I'm never going to get to bed. Well, as there's cars in the car park still, and as there's a coach in the corner which I'm guessing is staying overnight, I'm not overly bothered if I have any light bleed. I mean, I have put my blackouts on quite well, but I'm not overly fussed. So I'm not parked under a light like I normally am, but I reckon, yeah, I don't think it's a problem. But right, it is 8:30 and I need to get on with my cooking. And I get to show you my new item that I purchased that came last week. I have been experimenting with it at home, so let's get it out and I'll show you what we're going to have for dinner tonight. Well, for tonight's meal, we are going a little old school in that we just have a plain and simple can of mild chicken curry. Now, the only reason why I'm using this is a leftover from my car camping cupboard. But what is the new gadget? Well, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? It's this. This is my new gadget. So this is something that I've actually been thinking about buying for a really long time, but I just never did. But I finally found one that was low watts, worked on a 12 volt and was relatively cheap. I can't remember how much it was. I think £25, something like that. But what this is, it is a 12 volt rice cooker. But I have been using this at home because I wanted to make sure it worked, obviously, and I wanted to see how much power it took. And I must say, it has performed really well. So what you get with this, you have a little steamer plate. I've used this at home. I steamed dim sum on it, and that just sits on the top like that. Then you have a nice little non-stick. You have a little cup to measure your rice and your water. Now this little pot will hold, I think, 4 cups of these, and 2 cups of these is the equivalent of a large portion of rice. So you could say it's a rice cooker for 1 or 2 people, or you could call it an all-in-one meal pot, because you could put your rice in there, you can put a little bit of meat and veg on there, whack it all on, boom. So how much power does this use? Well, in the tests I did at home on the 1500, this was pulling about 110 watts. So what we're going to test tonight, I think we'll probably go for a bowl and a half of rice. I think that's enough. I don't want to eat too much. It's too late now, to be honest. So a bowl and a half of rice, and I estimate probably about 45 minutes. Now, I think the secret to using this rice cooker when you're car camping is to use easy cook rice. Now, the reason why I say that is because easy cook rice you don't have to wash. And it is as simple as that. 2 cups of rice, 2.5 cups of water, put your lid on, turn it on, and then wait. So it is pulling about 110 watts, and we've started the stopwatch so we can see how long it actually takes to cook it up. This is actually quite cool. But we've been going a good half an hour so far. The curry's cooked, we're just waiting on the rice, and judging by the noise it's making, that won't be long at all. Well, the rice cooker just went bing, so it took a total of 39 minutes. So that is what, 75 watts, 110 watts an hour, about 40 minutes, yeah, about 75 watts. So 45 minutes, 75 watts, and you get a nice monster portion of freshly boiled rice. So the good thing about this car park is that it is actually really cheap. So as you saw, it was £2 to park here for 4 hours this afternoon. And likewise, it's only going to cost us £2 to park for 4 hours tomorrow. Only problem being, this car park isn't on the Ringo app. So normally when I stay in car parks like this, I go on the Ringo app in the morning, bush, pay it, or actually I'll do it in the evening. But this machine, they didn't let me pay tonight for tomorrow. The machine's basically shut off. So that means when parking starts tomorrow at 8:30, I'm going to have to get up, buy the ticket, and then come back to bed. Actually, I've only just realised you can hear the river. It's as relaxing as the sound of rain. Well, river that side, road that side. Very nice. Well, it's 12 o'clock and I think it's time for me to hit the sack. But before I do that, I'm going to shove the GoPro out the window in the kind of periscope style. We'll have a see how many cars are still here. Well, there's a few cars here, so at least I'm not on my own. But right, time for Kip. I will see you in the morning. Night-night. Well, that's the ticket all sorted out now, so we can just chill out for a few hours. But this morning I was rudely awoken when someone trying to park next to me hit the whole side of my car. The whole side of my car is knackered. Basically, the guy said, well, I'm a mechanic, I can fix it, it's no problem. But I'm like, yeah, but how am I going to get home? The whole front of my car's busted and my wheel's done in. And then I woke up. Yeah, I had the most vividest dream. I mean, I have vivid dreams anyway. I think I've mentioned it on car camps before. But this was so vivid. It felt so real that even in the dream, I said to them, look, I'm a YouTuber. Do you mind if I film this? Because it would be really good for my content. But they didn't like it, and they said no. But yeah, so no, there was no drama last night. It was as all my park ups always are. I mean, you look here now, you've got birds, fields, trees, rivers, cold breeze, sunny, blue sky. I always choose these spots. But what the plan is now, I'm going to probably just going to lie here for another half hour or so, just enjoy the noises and the ambience, and then we'll get up and make some coffee and breakfast. The best way to start your day. And actually putting in 2 scoops of coffee has made it miles better, much more stronger. I'm not sure if I've ever given you my sausage cooking car camping tip. Basically, flatten them out, then they cook through a lot faster. And with that, breakfast is served. Time to tuck in. And just like that, our adventures are over. We are all packed up and we are ready to go home. And like all my car camps, this one has been absolutely perfect in terms of the park up, in terms of the environment, the weather, everything. Everything went perfectly. And with that, I best go. So until next time, take care. But the big question has to be, how many of my Temu items did you see in this video? I haven't introduced them formally, but you've seen a good few of them in this video.